the tricky diesel engines. Thomas and Percy are best friends. They love working together. They shunt trucks together, taking passengers together, and delivering the mail together. One morning, the Fat Controller came to see Thomas and Percy. "You are to go to the coaling plant and shunt and fill trucks with coal. Then you must take an extra deliveries to the docks," he boomed. "And you must work with Splatter and Dodge. I have told them to be on their best behaviour, so I'll have no mishaps," he added, and left. But Thomas and Percy were worried. They didn't want to work with Splatter and Dodge. The diesel are tricky and always up to mischief. Thomas and Percy puffed into the coaling plant. Splatter and Dodge were there waiting. "Look who's here, Splatter," said Dodge. "Two little steamies," laughed Splatter. "We're here to shunt trucks," puffed Thomas.
"And take an extra loads to the docks,"
added Percy. But Splatter and Dodge sniggered. "We're up-to-date diesel, and you're just out-to-date tank engines." This made Thomas and Percy cross, and they began working at once. Thomas shunted the trucks carefully onto the coal hopper. But Splatter was there. He had a tricky plan. As Thomas got his trucks into place, Splatter buffered up and pulled Thomas right under the hopper, and coal poured out everywhere. "Cinders and ashes," coughed Thomas. "You rode in too far," laughed Splatter. "I did not," choked Thomas. "You did that on purpose." But Splatter just laughed. Later, Percy pushed his truck slowly onto the hopper. But Dodge rolled up behind Percy and honked his horn loudly. Percy jumped and bumped his trucks. Percy was covered in coal dust. "Bust my buffers," cried Percy. "No wonder you can't push trucks properly, Percy," laughed Dodge. "You're too rough." "No, I'm not," pumped Percy. "You frighten me." But Dodge just laughed. Later, Thomas and Percy have finished loading their trucks full with coal. Splatter and Dodge had already coupled up to the extra loads. "We told you up-to-date diesels are the best," they sniggered. But they didn't know that the troublesome trucks knew the diesel's tricks and decided to trick them back. "See you at the docks, slow steamies," Splatter and Dodge laughed, and they rolled away.
"I wish we could teach those diesels to behave,"
puffed Percy. "We could," reminded Thomas, "but we promised no mishaps." Then the yard manager arrived. "Your trucks are ready to go now," he told them. "Yes, sir," said the engines. They buffered up to their trucks and set off to the docks. Splatter and Dodge roll along the line towards Brendam Docks. "Up-to-date diesels are better than out-of-date steamies," they sang. But the troublesome trucks were ready to carry out their plan. "Hold back! Hold back!" they giggled. Splatter and Dodge pulled harder and harder, but it made them go very slowly. Then they stopped. The trucks have slipped their brakes on, accidentally on purpose. Get moving, you! Growled the diesels, but the trucks just laughed. Then Thomas and Percy arrived. They were surprised to see Splatter and Dodge.
Hello, Splatter and Dodge,
Whistled Percy.
Anything wrong?
We can't move these trucks, Dodge complained. I thought you up-to-date diesels are better, laughed Thomas. Splatter and Dodge said nothing. Ah well, we live and learn, smiled Thomas. Never mind, I'll push you from behind. Thomas buffered up and the engine set off for the docks. Soon they reached the docks. Right on time, said the dock manager. Well done, Thomas and Percy, boomed the Fat Controller. You have done a splendid job. You deserve a nice wash down.
Thank you, sir,
said Thomas and Percy happily. Then the Fat Controller spoke to Splatter and Dodge. As for you two, the Fat Controller said sternly, I've told you two to be on your best behaviour, and you weren't. Now you will stay here and salt these coal trucks. Oh no, groaned Splatter and Dodge. Later at the washdown, Thomas and Percy heard a grinding noise.
Are your joints stiff, Thomas, after all that pushing?
Asked Percy. But it wasn't Thomas's joints. It was the diesel, gnashing their teeth in disgust.